Welcome to the Harper Tech Academy. Today we're actually looking at food contaminants and food allergies. This is the first mix in a series for food poisoning bugs. In this mix today, we're actually going to look at what the difference is between a biological, physical and chemical contaminants that can get into food, and then we're going to have a look at food allergies and how it affects the body. Let's go. Before we start, we've got to actually define what a contaminant is. So it's something that will actually contaminate the food and cause food poisoning or foodborne illness in humans. So let's actually have a look at our first one, which is biological. It's a microbiological style. It includes bacterial growth, viruses, yeasts, and molds. So an example. Some you would know, salmonella, food poisoning bugs like listeria or botulism. The contamination can happen through bad personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, and contaminated equipment that could be there. And let's have a look at the susceptible foods. High protein foods like meat, poultry, dairy, and you'll notice that yeast on fruit or bread can also cause this. So the next contaminant is physical, and basically it's anything that is a foreign object which has fallen into the food. So let's actually look at some of those examples. Dandruff from your hair, food packaging could be smashed glass, fingernails, or insect or pest droppings. Now, one example I had was we had a function. It was for 100 people. We had a bain-marie either side. People had glasses, and just before the function, someone tipped a glass. It smashed all over the food. We had to get rid of all of the food because it was a physical contaminant, and we couldn't guarantee that there wasn't a piece of glass in it. Susceptible foods, generally any food that's poorly prepared could actually be susceptible to physical contaminants. The third category of contaminants is chemical, and you'll remember back when we were talking about the safe storage of cleaning products. If you put them too close to food, they can be a hazard. So let's have a look at some examples. We've got all of those cleaning products. Also, fruit and veg might have pesticides or herbicides, residues from the actual farming process. And susceptible foods, again, things that haven't been washed properly like fruit, vegetables, seafood, or contaminated water. When I started as a chef in the early 90s, there weren't many food allergies that came up. As we go through 30 years later, there are a lot more food allergies. The definition of a food allergy, it occurs when your immune system responds to food that it mistakenly believes is harmful. It's generally a protein that's actually present in whatever the food is, which sets the body off and it attacks it. So some examples of that, we've got the tree nuts. Any type of nut like that can cause anaphylaxis, which is the swelling of the throat where people can't breathe, and that can be fatal. Eggs, dairy, seafood, and there are quite a few other ones which can cause either mild rashes through to really severe reactions. Well, just a short mix today. So looking back, we actually looked at food contaminants, understanding that they can actually cause food poisoning. We looked at biological, followed by physical, followed by chemical, and then actually had a look at food allergies and some of the key food ingredients which can cause allergies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time at the Harper Tech Academy.